Medical care, homelessness services, and a crisis hotline are among the programs that are still operating for now. But even before the shutdown started, hundreds of current and former VA doctors, nurses, and other caregivers warned that the Department of Veterans Affairs were seeing negative impacts of the agency's recent staffing cuts and other policy changes. We're joined now by Veterans Affairs Secretary Doug Collins. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for joining us.
Glad to be here.
So VA centers, hospitals, they're still open. Can you tell us about the services that have stopped and how that is impacting veterans?
I'll be happy to, and I'm glad you mentioned that up front because I don't want any of our veterans to think the actions up here in Washington, D.C. are affecting their health care, dealing with our homelessness, dealing with our benefits and going on. Things that are impacted right now are basically our outreach to new veterans, our having to get to them, bringing them in the system, our transition assistance programs. Some of our regional offices are closed, so they can't go in to actually get answers. They can still get answers by calling our numbers, but also using the websites. We have ground maintenance at our cemeteries. We can't place permanent markers at our cemeteries. Pre-burial needs, those kind of things are not available. And so it's just basically right now in this early stages, it's just mainly our outreach to get those involved that need to be involved or have an outlet to be a part of the VA.
The president is threatening to fire, in his words, a lot of federal workers. Will that include employees at the VA?
At this point in time, the president and his team are working everything they want to do to control this situation. We're not at this point prepared on any point to do that here. We've actually had a reduction in our force, which has actually turned out very well when you look at the numbers of what we've had. But at this point in time, we're focused on one thing beyond only, and that is to get the veterans through this time of government shutdown, in which they may be some concern out there, just to let them know that we're continuing on doing what we're supposed to be doing.
I ask because, as you know, and you've been talking about it, a third of the federal workforce are veterans, more so at the VA. Have you been assured that no one at the VA is being fired?
Rhino, why don't we at this point? I mean, I just told you that we have no plans at this point. The government, the president, and folks will determine what they need to do. But at this point in time, our focus is on one thing and one thing only, and that is to make sure that the veterans are getting the services of which we have funding for, which we're going to continue to do. And there's no plans at this point to do anything past that. If those were to come along, then we will deal with that. But that's focus is right now on just taking care of our veterans.
So you and Senator Ruben Gallego, who's a veteran, have kind of been getting trading some words online, I guess you could say. And he has been questioning your sincerity on this issue of standing up for veterans during the shutdown because of all of the cuts at the VA that are negatively affecting veterans, according to doctors and other staff. I mean, what do you say to that?
Well, you look up the definition of hypocrisy and you'll find Ruben's picture right now. Because here's a man who actually went online and said, yes, I'm going to take my paycheck. I have stuff to pay. I've got bills to pay, child support and everything else. But yet he actually voted to keep the government closed. I don't put a lot of stock in that. And if you've been following the VA for the whole year, he's never really had a good thing to say about what we're trying to do to improve services for the VA. And this wonderful letter that you talked about, which again, people are entitled to their own opinion. They're just not entitled to their own facts. And the facts is that while we have streamlined our services, we have actually had better performance in our wait times in our hospitals and getting people into mental health care quicker, getting the emergency places done so they can get their care quicker across our spectrum all along. And also, we have just finished up the year. We did 3 million processed disability claims. 2.4 was the previous record, and we also lowered our backlog from 260,000, where it was under the previous administration when I got here, to we're at 132,000. All the while we were doing all of this that they said was harming the VA by reshaping our force and allowing people to take early retirement. I challenge you, if that's hurting veteran services, I think we got a different metric we got to look at, because our metrics are improving and veterans are getting the services that they need.
Well, part of this letter says, and this was 350 doctors, psychologists, nurses, researchers, and others who said, we write to raise urgent concerns about proposed policies, which in addition to ones already enacted, will undermine VA's healthcare system, overwhelm VA's budget, and negatively affect the lives of all veterans. We have witnessed these ongoing harms and can provide evidence and testimony of their impacts. They're saying they have evidence and testimony of those impacts. Is that something you're seeking?
I tell you, I'm sure they'll run to you to let them know what they think they have, but I can just go on the facts that I run.
Well, I'm
this
not
department
asking that.
every
I'm
day.
asking, are you interested in hearing that, if they have evidence?
I actually read the letter. I actually read the letter. If you want me to talk, I'll talk. If you want to talk, I'll be happy to let you.
No, please go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I've read the letter. It was really interesting. A couple of doctors actually quoted in some of the articles are either not affiliated full-time with the VA. They deal with some of our graduate medical education folks. What we're dealing with right here, if they have stuff to bring forward, they want to bring it forward. We have plenty of opportunities to show inside our system, if they're doctors inside our system, to talk about issues that they have. They have ways to complain. That has never been shut down. But what I can tell you is by someone who's visited 26 states, who's visited almost 40 of our hospitals in person and talked to the BAMC directors directly on many occasions, we're seeing good things happen. And what they're upset about is it's not done business the old way. The old business the old way was the VA taking care of itself, taking care of making sure we put in processes that made the VA look okay, but the veteran many times was left out. Since I've been here, we changed that model. The veteran is taken first at the VA, not our organizations. We're an organization that exists only to take care of a veteran. And like I said earlier, I presented evidence to you just a few minutes ago about how we're actually improved veteran services in many ways, but yet that seemingly gets ignored by a letter in which they just say these could happen. I don't deal in could haves, I deal in what is.
I think they also are talking about things that have happened and having concerns about the future as well.
I agree.
But of these folks in this letter, are you going to cancel the medical staff privileges at VA medical centers for staff who signed that letter?
No.
Okay. Veterans Affairs Secretary Doug Collins, thanks for being with us.
Here's an interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing, Brianna, and that question begs the idea that we don't accept input from our staff. It begs the input that if we disagree with people that something's going to bad happen. That is an honest discussion we can have. It's typically not good to have it in a letter put out to the general public in which you give no context for what you're talking about, when I will actually come on the show and actually give you the real world context of what we're dealing with. I mean, look, if they get pleasure out of writing that letter, great. If they want to help the VA get better, then show us what we need to get better. Show us and disagree. You can have your opinion, but not your own facts. This letter is simply, a lot of what I read in that letter was simply also, we believe this might happen because we don't like the fact that over time we protected 350,000 positions. We allowed 30,000 roughly to take early retirement. And you know what shockingly happened? Our metrics got better and more services went to the veteran. We opened 17 new clinics. We're just moving right ahead. If they want to complain, they can complain. I'm willing to take input on criticism, but we're also going to make sure that we're doing what's right for the veteran.
Secretary Collins, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us this afternoon. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you letting me have it. Thanks a lot.
And still ahead, this actress